Hello guys, and in this video we are going to have a look at PHP associative or associative arrays. And as you remember, in previous video we created simple arrays and we used array function. But to create associative arrays we as well use array function. So let's create an associative array and I will show you how we can do this. And to create associative array we as well use variable. Let's create as well cars as we did in previous video, and we, like I said, we as well will use this array function. It's the beginning of creating associative array is similar as creating simple array, but the difference is in that when we are creating simple array we simply add values which are value 1 for example, and they are comma separated like val1 val1, and then we could create value 2 which could be another data type value like number, and so on and so forth. We create as many values as we want with simple arrays, and these simple array values have index numbers, and as you know they start from 0 as I explained in previous video. First value is 0, second is 1, and then it's 2, and so on and so forth. However, many values we will have in that particular array, okay? But the difference between simple array and associative array is that we can specify or give names for our values, if for our indexes. This means that we, for example, for this car I could give make, for example, and this would be index number we could refer when we want to get this value out. So let's make, for example, this would be index, or we could say index, okay, index 1, and then we use equal sign and triangle bracket, and then we give value whatever we would want, and I could say value BMW, okay, BMW. And here we have created an associative array where this in simple array this would be one value, but here we have two values where in first parameter, or here we are specifying index number, and we can call it however we want. If we would want to display this, for example, on the screen BMW, which is value actually, and this is just index number, then we would refer as index number, not 0 anymore, or not 1, because it is not 0 like in simple array. We would refer this index 1. So I will show you what I mean in a second. Let's create echo, let's go variable cars, and then we use these square brackets to refer to index numbers, as you remember from previous video where we created simple arrays. And then we simply can copy this index number and we paste it here, and note these quotation marks we have as well around this, and then we are displaying out this value which is BMW from this associative array. So pretty much associative array is the difference from simple array to associative array is that we can specify or give our own index names, where in simple arrays all indexes are just numbers which start from 0, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. Let's save this, let's go to browser, refresh, and we see that BMW is displayed on the screen because we referred to index, which is not anymore 0 for first value, but which is the one we specified, and we specified it in this bracket, in these quotation marks, and then we use equal sign and this triangle bracket, and then we give value whatever we want. If we would want to store another value in this particular associative array, and then now this variable cars, it's not anymore simple array, it's associative array, because we are creating it as associative array, so we create our own index numbers, our own index names we give to it. So we could say first one for make, for example, we could say make instead of index 1, so it makes sense, right? So let's create another, for example, and we could give this other just let's create this syntax, and let's create another index, and let's call it year, for example. Yes, and here we could give 2000 whatever 16. Okay, and now if we would want to display this year, or then year of this BMW cars, for example, we could refer to this year index which we specified, year. Okay, let's save it. Let's go back to our browser, refresh, and we see 2016 is displayed on the screen. But if we would want to display some, for example, this car is BMW and its year is 2016, then we could do it, for example, following way. We could start with a string which we put in quotation marks, and we could say this car is, and then we leave a space, and then we use concatenation. As you remember, concatenation is dot, so we can add something or variables to it, and then we use this variable cars, okay, and this, oops, not this v car, but this car is cars, and we say make. Okay, here we say inside make, and then we could specify, concatenate another string value, and we could say, and its year is, and it year is another space, and when we concatenate this other variable, let's say cars, and in square brackets we refer to this year index. Okay, year, and let's save this, and let's preview it in browser. Okay, refresh, and you see this car is BMW, and we don't have space after BMW, so we can go back to our code, and here we just, before this and in this string, we just add a space, and let's save it. Let's go back, and we see now we have space. This car is BMW and its year is 2016. So like you see, associative arrays are the same arrays, only they don't have numbers to refer to this particular value in associative array, and values are like second parameters. We create our own indexes, and we can call them however we want to call them, and whenever we want to refer to particular value in associative array, we refer to this index name which we have created, rather than to index number, because in simple arrays you know that first value would be 0, second value would be 1 in this case, but here first value index is make, and second value index is year. And to create associative arrays, as you see, we use two parameters. First parameter is index number, then we use this equal sign and this triangle bracket, and second parameter is value itself, which we can get out of this array, and this value could be BMW is cool or something. Yeah, we could, for example, save this, and you could go back, refresh, and you see this car is BMW, and we added is cool, and its year is 2016. Okay, it doesn't matter how long and how big values you add in particular array, not only in these associative arrays, it applies also to simple arrays as well. But the main thing is that these index numbers we can create with associative arrays ourselves, where in simple arrays, yes guys, I don't want to repeat it because I already explained you simple arrays in previous video. So yes, this is about associative arrays, this is how you can create them, and this is how you can get to their values. And one more thing is how that the same as with simple arrays, we can apply another value to this particular array by doing something like this. For example, we create here, and we would say color. Okay, color, and you see we use arrays name, which is cars, and then we say color. We create another index which name is color, and we could say, for example, red. Okay, red, and then we could add it into our text. This car is whatever make, so it's BMW, and its year is cars year, and it would be 2016, and we could say, and its color is we create another, we actually need to concatenate this with dot, and we could say, and it is, and we could concatenate this last variable which we just created with new value. So cars, this array, and we say color. Okay, just say color. So let's save this. Let's go back to our browser, refresh, and you see this car's BMW is cool, and its year is 2016, and it is red. This is how you can add another value if you want to add to this array. This is how associative arrays work, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, share this video, and see you in my other videos.